What's up, guys? Welcome to Restoring Earl Dibbles Jr.'s truck.
This is the country boy song.
So this episode, it's been stripping it down. We're gonna take off the exhaust, the whole pipe. We're gonna take all the glass off. We're gonna take passenger door, driver's side door was already gone, front windshield, back windshield, continue stripping out everything inside the motor, all inside the dash, a lot of grinding, and we're not quite ready for paint because now it's just taking a bunch of stuff down.
Sandblasting,
Yeah.
cleaning
Parts. None of us are mechanics. These are two over-the-road drivers. They make their living driving, not restoring. Now, part of driving is maintaining. There's a big difference between maintaining and restoring. We're all kind of learning together, even though these guys are a lot smarter than I am. I'm just a little country music singer that has a couple bus drivers, and we have some time off, and this seemed like a fun project. This is Bull Shipley, Butch Thompson. These are my allies for today and for this series. Thank you for joining. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe so you can see all of these videos. If you're new to this series, you gotta go back and watch part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You gotta watch all of them to catch up to where we are today. But this is a 1974 GMC inline 6, 3 on the tree. It was my old truck when I was a kid. But Dad bought it a long time ago. It was sitting in the barn, hadn't started in 6 years. We got it started. Hit it, Bull. As we started pulling things off, found a cracked head gasket, we decided, let's just strip it all off. So that's where we are. Join us today. It's gonna be a fun one. Yee yee.
Raise 'em up to the sky. If you're trying to throw down, get a little country fade, take it way on out. Park your truck in the line. If you're looking for a buzz and the girls in love with the boys in the blue collars, holler. Yee yee. Dead cans and diesel, mud tires and smoke. Long line of 4x4s bumping down an old back road. Raise your cold ones high, it's a redneck invasion. Yeah, you're rocking with that yee nation.
All right. He's looking pretty clean, just power washed it. What you about to do, Butch?
I'm gonna mark these so I know where they come from. So they already got an arrow to the front. I just need to know which one's which. And so I'm gonna go back together. They go in the exact same spot.
All right, Dan. And then sandblasting time after this?
Yep.
Little sandblasting time after.
We took that sandblaster and we refurbished it. It works good. We just need some better sand. But
So what's the story with the sandblaster?
when you bought this property, they left it back here in our old little parts area, which is what we call the chicken coop. It was just sitting there, didn't have gloves in it. We didn't really have much time to worry about it or think we would ever even need it. Now that we have a little time and we have a reason to use it, I bought some gloves for it, cleaned up the hoses on the inside, and sure enough, it still works.
Nice.
So they left us a $500 or $400 sandblaster
Yeah, cool.
for free.
Let's check it out.
All right.
And them bearings are good. Good shape. It ain't bad at all. We're gonna change them though since we got it off.
Mm-hmm. That's it?
Yep, wrist pins are tight. That's fancy.
How many times do you think that sucker has exploded?
Once or twice. Look how clean that is right there. Must be the fuel side. It's number one.
Number one. 5 more.
5 more.
Something funny about making this YouTube show, or restoring this old truck, is that Butch and Bull are into this. As much as the biggest fans that might be watching this right now that comment below, you're not as big a fan as Butch and Bull to their own show that they're in. And as right now, as we speak, they're in the shop watching part 4. They're watching part 4. They synchronize their watching, so they're on their phones and they go 3, 2, 1, play. And they hit play so they can both sit there and watch it in the shop. I'll show you.
I love those drone shots.
You guys are so funny.
Today, our 2 bus drivers, we got Butch, Arkansas boy. We got Bull, my Michigan guy. How do you guys feel about today in this motor?
Oh, that's funny. Perspective of what you're doing here. Pulling the motor mount out. One of the motor mounts.
Bull in the hole.
Bull's in the hole.
Puts the bull in the hole. That's a real bear.
You got it yet?
It's gotta be close. They don't make this easy right here.
They're not made to come out ever, I don't think. They're meant for it to stay with the life of the truck.
Then when the truck gets new life, then you got guys like us.
Yeah, no one puts a motor mount in and says, one day, in case anyone wants to change this out.
Yeah, we'll put a hole right beneath it.
Did you look? There might be a hole.
You got it?
I think so.
Is that the hardest thing to get out so far in this whole truck?
I think so.
To be continued. Okay, this is like take 3, motor mount. It's not even that interesting of a part, but you got it. Good grief, Bull.
That's just one. Now I'm sitting on the other one.
Yeah, that took you that long to get that thing?
It did.
We got the new one. Where's the new one at?
In a box over there from Fox Auto.
Okay. There's a lot of drama for a motor mount. By the way, we're not, first of all, I like to say this every video, we're not mechanics, especially not me. I'm way down the pole compared to these guys. Don't expect us to know more than you, because a lot of you guys are pretty smart. So.
Is this where the blinker fluid is?
That's the blinker fluid right there. So
okay, so you pour it right down? Oh, wait
I
a minute.
did know that. All right, we're rocking now. Look at this. Air conditioning. Both doors off. That's way better than Dukes of Hazzard. See, Dukes of Hazzard welds them shut. We just take them off.
Now you can just dive in.
You can just go all the way through. Man, I'm trying to get this last bolt on this seat, and that one bolt is giving me hell. It's just in the perfect spot. It's real tight. How's it looking? Same thing. One last bolt right there. It's just in the wrong spot. How you doing, Bull? You got the tailpipe?
Yeah, working on it. There she goes.
All right. Okay.
She'll come off in one piece here. We can say, go make us one.
There you go. Does anybody want to come to Yigi Farm and build us a new tailpipe? Volunteers, comment below.
They do not sell them in a single piece anymore.
Yeah. All right. Government.
That's some government.
That's the longest government piece we got, Butch.
That's American standard.
Back to the bolt. You got it?
Yep.
That bolt is a booger. It's still in there, huh?
I just screwed it back in.
Gotcha. Go my way.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it right there.
All right, we got a treasure trove.
Treasures.
Quarters, nickels.
What do we got?
Here's a couple quarters there.
We gotta find a year out on these suckers. Let's
Ooh,
see.
sunflowers.
63.
Whoa.
That one's real silver.
There's a penny.
Uh-oh, what's the penny? Lucky penny to the viewer who's watching right now. Comment below if your birthday is in hang on, sorry. It's a little faded. 1987.
There's another one.
One more. This goes out to the lucky viewer. Lucky viewer, that's
Oh,
birthday.
it comes out fast.
Man, that date is just gone on this one. So much suspense now. The date, I cannot read it. I believe it's 69, but it's so corroded. What you got going on here, Miss Butch?
You got to pull this harmonic balancer off in order to get the timing cover off and get the crank out.
Yep, yep.
Yes, but not.
This is a pulley puller. If you use the outside pullers, it'll tear the harmonic rubber in there.
All right.
You got to do it this way.
You gotta do it that way. All right, working a little bit on brakes. And we're just kind of taking this video, as you've noticed, it's just little things are coming apart and little things are coming off. Nothing is really going on and nothing is being rebuilt yet. Everything is coming apart. So I'm gonna work right now on some brakes. I'm gonna take off the master cylinder and these lines here. By the way, these lines, Bull just told me, are not made anymore. So we're gonna go to a junkyard and find some of this or figure that out. I'm gonna set up a little time lapse and get this off. Here we go. My buddy Jared Outlaw Dipper on YouTube,
Gonna burn that barn right down to the ground tonight.
sent us some nice southern sweet tea. Now this is, I was trying to tell these guys, this is tea leaves. This is not tobacco, tea leaves. So we'll see what you think. This is the first time.
My mouth is watering like crazy. I ain't had a dip in forever.
There you go. Smells good though, doesn't it? It tastes good. It's got a unique, very unique flavor.
Yeah, it's different. It's sweet. Actually,
You have to be careful with it though. That stuff will get you quick.
You don't get the burn.
You don't get the burn, but you'll get that buzz in a minute.
Good.
You'll be rattling away over here.
That's what I need.
Thank you, Jared Outlaw. Looking good. Butch got the crank out. Look at that.
The bearings don't look too bad. Look pretty good actually. That one looks good.
What else has to come off before we can sand it down?
I'm gonna pull the cam out.
Camshaft, and that's it?
And the seal. Just whatever.
Just that. And that one's ready to go and
Be cleaned up.
be cleaned up and painted. Arkansas painted. We're gonna paint it. We're gonna paint it hog red.
Make it pretty.
Steering gearbox.
I just disconnected that.
Nice. So we're gonna get rid of this play in the steering wheel. See that right there?
Yeah, it's
We
actually.
think we're gonna get rid of a little bit of it.
All of it. Look at that's where it's at.
Oh, okay.
So that this one we get new will be tight, or it'll have a little bit of play in it, but not like that.
Okay. Well, let's tell everyone we just did a podcast and answered a bunch of questions. A lot of people have been asking questions specifically for Butch. And so Bull kind of got some of those questions and we sat down over here behind the truck and did a little podcast, which I put out every Monday. So we'll link that video that we just did top of the description of this video. And you can hear Butch's take on life, mediated by Mr. Bull. What's the world like right now?
Bananas.
Yeah.
Still bonkers.
It's still bonkers.
Don't you think it's getting a little better?
I think so.
I think
it's
enough
calmed
people are
down.
figuring it out. Enough people are saying, you know what, we've had it.
Yeah.
For instance, Disney. Disney's losing $30 million a day right now.
Right.
There's somebody in that organization that's going, nope, we ain't doing this no more.
Right.
We are stopping this at whatever cost.
And look at all those people that work there. that aren't getting paid
All over the world.
all over the world. So yeah, it's a terrible deal.
It's fear-driven.
Yeah, it's fear driven.
They are weaponizing fear right now. They are using this virus as a weapon, not because it's a biological. That's another conspiracy theory we can talk about later. But it is used, argue or not, this is a fact. People are using this virus as a weapon against society, really.
In the economy.
Our way of life.
Because people have reasons to make our way of life worse.
They've been trying to do it through wars and oil and everything else.
Yep. A lot of things didn't work. This is working.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one.
you're a history buff.
Yeah, I love history.
So you've seen this in history books throughout time, where they've done not exactly the same thing, but in order to get a people to do something, they have to do something to make them do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Because they can't just write a law that says we have to.
Yeah. People tried to do this with 9/11. People tried to say, oh, this is great. This is our opportunity to take down the capitalism. And it didn't work because that's when people started putting American flags on their front porch. And everyone said, what? What is this patriotism?
You remember during 9/11 when the gas prices went to $5 a gallon?
Yep.
I mean, that's just...
Because you couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I remember the gas lines being out down the highway.
Here's
Yep.
another question I forgot somebody wanted to hear. What do you think about the toilet paper situation? Tell them the truth.
If you're in trouble and the first thing you think of is toilet paper, man, you living good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, if this has anything to do with the toilet paper companies, joke's on them because I've learned to use just a little bit.
Let's use the old corn cob.
Yeah, corn cobs.
Yeah.
They work good.
Earl Dibbles Jr. uses weeds.
And you can wash them off.
Yeah, you can reuse them.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, Charmin. So we got a little project going here. We're gonna take this windshield off. We don't really want to. We need to keep this particular windshield because this has, right here you can't see with the camera, but this has the actual antenna from the radio built into the glass. So we need to keep this same glass. And I bought a radio it's actually coming tonight.
Yeah.
And I will, so I'll show you guys on the next video, but I bought the same radio on eBay, the AM radio, and it's in really, really good shape.
And we found the original size speaker, the little,
yeah.
It's a 4x10
Yeah.
instead of a 6x9.
Yeah. So we need to take this window off regardless because of the roof. We're going to replace this roof. We've said this before, but we still don't have a roof and doors, right?
Correct.
So we can go to LMC and get a brand new one, but it's so expensive. And we're just trying to weigh all our options out before we do something like that. And we're not so sure that we can just find one on an old truck. So many of them are rusted out. Like this one.
Or have been rolled.
Or should I tell them the story? Have I not told the story enough about rolling this thing? 1996, I was out there working at Mom and Dad's and Earl Dibbles' house, if you've seen Earl videos. Tyler and I, my brother, were working at Earl Dibbles' house, it's an old Norwegian homestead.
I'm like, y'all need to learn something about country unless you come out here with a country boy spinning like that, crazy.
And it's falling apart, which, by the way, we should probably start a YouTube series restoring that.
We could.
I would love to do that for Mom. I don't know where to start with it. I need some kind of engineer to at least make sure the walls could stay up. But we're out there working about 1996. I drove this truck up there, parked it right next to the house. Now, there is not a hill there. It's just a slight grade. Like an idiot 16-year-old, I had it in neutral. This is a 3 on the tree, inline 6, and neutral is just the middle position on the shaft. Got out of the truck and we started working on this house. A good 15 or 20 minutes go by and I saw my dog look through the window like this. And I looked around and I looked through the window of Earl's house and I saw this truck driving on its own. I don't know if a slight breeze picked up or it just finally got some momentum. It had been sitting there, but I promise you 15 minutes had gone by since I parked. So I go running out of the house and I see it just creeping. And the grade started getting more, so it's to get a little speed to it. I was sprinting after it, and it was going right for the fence. And so my thought is, if it runs over that fence, Dad is going to kill me. Dad's going to kill me. It's going to run right through his fence. So it did the opposite of what I thought it was going to do. Instead of going right through the fence, the front left wheel props up on the fence on the perfect post. Like you cannot build this scenario in any other time. The front wheel goes up on the post and it caught just enough traction on that post and just went boom and flipped completely over on its top, just sitting there, oil just coming out of the grill, the front grill. And I was just wide-eyed, like I'm thinking, I gotta call Dad. Dad is gonna whoop my butt. And so Tyler and I run out there, just sitting there, like no idea where to even start. This is before the days of like whip out your cell phone and call Dad. So I'm just sitting here looking at it. And right about this time, there's a little county road that goes by and just a couple people would drive by and then stop and they'd be like, is everybody okay? It looked weird, you know, a truck sitting on its top and wheels spinning. Then these pipeline workers drove by and they had a truck with one of those big winches on the back. And they stopped and they said, everything okay? And I was like, not really. I need to get this truck turned back over. They came in the gate and they hooked up the winch to the bottom axle. And they're like, we'll pull it, but as soon as it hits the balance, it's gonna fall. And we can't guarantee it's not just gonna break every axle and break all the shocks off. And I was like, we gotta try, we don't have any other choice, you know? So we brought it over, it just creep. It hit balance and went boom. It wasn't bad, like it started right up, you know, it cranked for just a little bit, but it started right back up. It didn't tear up the shocks too bad. I mean, we're pretty sure this shock down here is pretty shot.
And the spring got compressed because it's leaning.
The spring got compressed, and then the only thing left was this roof, which you can see here. And so Tyler and I got a hammer and just, you know, we hammered up as much as it could, and the driver's side door never shut, and it never sealed up here like it should have. Another instance, I'll tell another story later, I ended up knocking the door completely off, backing out of the barn with the door open, and I was looking back like this. Once again, I was a stupid teenager, had the door open. So it bent the door back just far enough where Dad said, let's just take the door off. What Dad said about this whole thing is a whole nother story. He was mad. Dad, I flipped the truck. So all that being said, fast forward all of this time, however long it's been, 25 years, 24 years, we're gonna replace the roof and we're gonna get doors that actually close for the first time in 24 years. That's my story.
All right, that's the part I know how to do.
Okay, everything else is just winging it, huh?
Yeah.
That Arkansas string, he can move anything. Whoa! There it goes.
Yeah.
There it goes. That hadn't been exposed in 45. What?
Oh no. Wait, is that
Or
is that the antenna?
We cracked it.
It's cracked.
We cracked it.
Oh.
Yeah. We cracked it.
Arkansas.
We cracked it.
Well, it was moving, and I figured it would pop out.
Yeah, I think we probably.
So all that talk about the antenna.
Yeah.
Well.
So we got to get a new windshield, guys. Comment below. We got to get a new windshield. What's crazy is how old this truck is, and it's never been broke before.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't even a chip on it.
They must have just made them better. They must have made them better back then, huh?
This is how they do things in Arkansas.
Well, it didn't drive down the highway behind dump trucks.
That's exactly right. Shoot. That seemed like such a good idea.
That's all right. Oh, it's cracked pretty good, Butch. All right. I'll save that rear view.
You know what we'll do? Maybe we'll just rig a new antenna. There's got to be a better way to rig an antenna than through the glass anyway, you know? It's not like having perfect AM reception is necessarily part of this restore, you know? There's the roof damage too.
Yeah, just some rusty. Oh, look at it. What do we got here?
It didn't break from being rolled over.
Yeah, if you just broke it with your palm, how did it not break rolling?
Yeah, right.
GM, man.
You talking about GM, the world famous ventilator maker?
That's right. That's right.
Well, that steps out of the way.
All right, well, let's take that back one out. It's gotta come out.
We pulled off the front windshield, and now I could see down into the dash for the first time. And I already know I found these little sunflower seed, Bud Light caps.
16-year-old Granger.
Yeah, look at this. Golly. It's a pretty good crankbait. Golly, those two of them in there, they're connected. That's a good one too. I could use that. I've been missing that for 25 years. Golly. Let's see what that. Hold on, that's like. Golly, that's an arrowhead.
What?
Or at least it's a piece of flint that's been worked on a little bit. That Dad must have found and threw it up in the dash. So look, there's the brake release. Butch is the brake release.
It saved us $7.
Yeah.
I seriously, I haven't seen this brake release. I can't even remember the last time I saw this.
It must have snapped off and they, oh dang it!
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
threw it up on the dash.
Exactly. Man, we have got her stripped down really good. A lot of stuff stripped out of here. It's like we talked about before, it's slow going now, you know. At the beginning of this project, things were happening quick and it's pretty slow. We got the windows out, front and back. Still looking for the roof skin if anyone has any ideas. And then a lot of this is out.
Yeah, just clean up.
We're gonna do, next episode, a lot of cleaning, do some painting. The block is looking really good. It's almost ready to be painted, or cleaned and then painted.
Almost.
So that'll be, the reassemble is coming soon.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below any suggestions. I know for a fact Bull is reading every single comment. Butch, are you doing the same?
I'm
You're
reading
doing,
a few
doing a lot of them?
when I get a chance.
We like to say every episode, especially me, we are not mechanics. I have never done this. Bull's never done this, top to bottom.
I've never done a top to bottom either,
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
So comment below and be nice. If you're a hater, don't comment. But thanks for the view anyway. Right. But we literally, this is not our profession, none of us. I'm a musician, singer-songwriter, wannabe YouTuber, and these guys are drivers. So that's just what we do, but we have found a lot of time because of this crazy virus and thought it would be fun to put together my old teenage truck. I appreciate all you guys. It's been amazing seeing all the comments and all the encouraging stuff. We've had guys, there's a soldier right now in Kuwait, sitting in Kuwait on deployment. He's been going on and ordering parts, which none of us are asking anyone to do that. Please don't do that. Chad Bethune, we got a steering wheel coming from Chad, all kinds of little parts that he's sitting in there in Kuwait. Thank you for your service, Chad, and thank you for your service to the truck.
That's right.
Seriously, that's amazing. We'll see you guys next episode when we finally start stripping and painting. Next thing we gotta do is just roll this sucker out and power wash again.
Yep.
And then a third time, and then it's gonna start slowly coming back together. We'll see you guys next episode. Yee yee.